Hey everyone, welcome to another video. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed. Today, I'm going to be talking about the trailer for the new HBO show, The Idol. So, let's get into it. So, if you didn't know, The Idol is that rumored show from Euphoria creator Sam Levinson and starring Abel Tesfaye, or as he's better known as, The Weeknd, who is probably my favorite artist ever. His music is excellent and he has shown a lot of promise as an actor.
I do have the talent.
The Weeknd probably has some of the most cinematic music videos out there, and he does a great job performing in them. He also has a small role in Uncut Gems, and he was solid in that too. So I will say it is really nice to see him in a lead role in a TV show, and I think matching him up with a creator like Sam Levinson, who is maybe one of the most creative minds in television right now, is a match made in heaven.
Oh, okay, this is great.
Now, this trailer doesn't go into too much. It is definitely just a teaser to show us that this exists and is releasing, as well as introducing us to some of the tone and the characters. I feel like in a lot of ways, this may make Euphoria look like a Disney Channel movie. And that is saying something because Euphoria is one of the most explicit shows on television right now. The Idol seems to push all the sex, drug use, and partying that Sam Levinson likes to have in his projects like this up to 11. The cast of characters look very interesting and very unlikable. Lily Rose Depp's character talks about being unable to relate to anyone because of how talented she thinks she is. And The Weeknd's character looks like some sort of destructive force or seems to only really look out for himself.
Horrible person.
You also notice right off the bat that this will probably be just as stylish as what Euphoria is. The camera movements are dynamic. There's plenty of color popping off the screen. Just like how Euphoria Season 1 had a color scheme that seemed oriented around the color purple, and Season 2 had a more orange color palette, this looks like it is going with more of a red color palette. The production design also seems to be pushing the sleazy Hollywood vibe it is going for, as well as with plenty of the party's mess and chaos happening around all these characters. I've always loved projects about Hollywood and talking about how disgusting it can be, as well as how awesome it can be. And by the looks of this trailer, this show will be commenting on things like that. This also looks to talk about some of the toxic celebrity romances there are, because both of these characters seem highly successful and probably deal with things like fame and an abundance of money. This relationship of these two unlikable characters is probably one of the most interesting parts to the show in my opinion after watching this trailer. I also think that HBO seems to be letting Sam Levinson completely off the leash now, as this looks like this has a bigger budget than what Euphoria has, and that may hurt this show. I've seen many films and television shows where a director was let completely off the leash, and they usually end up making something that is very indulgent and doesn't usually work best with what they are creating. I hope that as The Weeknd is collaborating with Sam Levinson here, that they can still push the style forward while also telling a story that is coherent and doesn't go too hard into the melodrama. Overall, my impression of this new show is that this doesn't look as good as what Euphoria was, but there's plenty of style and interesting character dynamics that look like the hook to this show. And because of how this looks, I think this may be one of my most anticipated seasons of television now. As I said, I love The Weeknd and his music videos are so excellent that I hope he can bring that style and substance over to the show and elevate it to something extraordinary. I really think that this is an all-in project from both Sam Levinson and The Weeknd, where this could be one of the best shows on television or something that we will all be dying to forget. Anyway, those are my general thoughts about The Idol. I would really like to know what you think about the show. Are you a fan of The Weeknd or Euphoria? And do you want this show to be more like that, or do you want it to hold back a little more? Let me know if you're excited for this or if you think this looks terrible. Let me know and let's discuss it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.